Okay, hi, hello, welcome back to my dear subscribers, and hello to anyone new who might be watching. My name is Kay. Yep, just another another video. I thought about talking about my brief, like my little taste, my little dip in the pool, if you will, of dating in Japan. And this time I'm actually I'm saying that every time, but this time I will actually try and not make any mistakes because I hate making mistakes so much. So hopefully that will actually be okay. Hopefully, we'll see how it goes. So first of all, let me just get back my head in the game, just get focused, remember how everything works. Because I don't think I played this in like a week. Almost perfect, good enough. So, yeah, I decided that I want a boyfriend. Like, for a lot of various reasons, obviously. Mainly because I've never had one, but also like because, oh, it's special. Oh, it's a new special, what is that, cookies? Caramel and cookies? That's the caramel. These cookies, okay. But also, like, there is this thing that whenever people say, like, what's the best way to learn a new language? And it's like, the half-joking answer every time is to date a person from that country. And I don't know, I feel like I'm 22. I'm about to start university next year, hopefully, and I feel like I am ought to enjoy my life a bit more, hopefully. Because, I don't know, back at home where I grew up, like this, I didn't really have much interest, I guess, in dating. It's just that, I don't know, like, I had a crush on someone basically once in high school, and I even like asked him out, kind of, and he rejected me. That hurt. I remember coming back home that day and crying, so that's a fun memory. But yeah, like, aside from that, I've never really had too much interest. I went on a few dates. Like, I think I literally went on like 4 dates. Like, serious oh, almost perfect. God damn it. I think I went on like basically 4 dates my entire adult life, like actual dates, maybe 5. Coconut. So, I don't know, I don't really have much experience in that, and like, considering I want to live in Japan and maybe one day have a family here, who knows? I feel like I should at least get some experience. Like, even if the person that I'm going to date now isn't going to be my husband and the father of my children, I at least want to get some experience before that, just to like understand how this works, because I've always had trouble with like human relationships. It's hard for me to communicate with people and for most people to understand how I think and what I mean when I talk. Also, like, it's in general hard for me to open up to people, to like with my actual self. That's why I really love doing these videos, because it's really just who I am, and just seeing that people are willing to watch me and comment and talk with me and actually like my authentic self. It feels so good for me, because I don't know, it's just whenever I did show people my real self, like my actual personality, and like things that I like and things that I want to talk about, and like a lot of topics I might have opinions that are not necessarily like the mainstream kind of opinion, I guess. So this is why when I grew up, I and until now, I only have like one best friend who we actually keep in touch, and even when we disagree on topics, we just agree to disagree, and she just agrees with with how my mind works, and like she just lets me be, and she doesn't hate me for who I am, and I'm just so grateful for that. But because that's just how it is, it's also been kind of hard dating. Wait, what? Did I do the wrong one? I don't think I did. Did I? What did I do wrong? What the hell? Oh, come on! I'm actually trying here. I don't think I did anything wrong. Jeez. Like those few dates that I did went on back in my hometown, they just, like, 2 of them I just ended it because, like, I kind of got red flags and I just didn't want to get involved with anything, you know, too suspicious, I guess. But one was a person that was introduced to me through a friend. She knew him for like a few years, and then when we, I guess, became friends, she thought that we would suit each other, and we went on like 2 dates. But then on both of those dates, basically, like, something kind of bad happened, I guess, in a way. Like on the first one, when he left, he came to my house to watch a movie. So after he left, he missed the bus, I guess, and he needed to walk home by foot. Like, he had to take 2 buses, and he missed the second one, and it's just kind of like a bad luck thing. Yeah, chocolate. The bad luck. And then the second date, the second date, it wasn't him. Like, he kind of drove recklessly and scratched another person's car, which was a pretty expensive car. And because I'm so, like, nervous with stuff like that, I remember just sitting there in the passenger seat and just I didn't know what to do. So I just sat there, and I literally didn't do anything because I was just, this kind of stuff scare me, like literally scare me. And I'm pretty sure that was part of the reason that he ended it. I don't know, maybe I'm just telling myself stuff. But like, after we played Minecraft together once on Discord, so like a day after that, he ended things. Like, he just said that we are not fitting each other. I don't know. I mean, I really don't know what happened, but I feel like part of it was, again, that when we played together, I did try to be myself. I didn't try to put up a front, and he didn't like that. I mean, most people don't. I get it. It's fine. A lot of people are kind of put off, I guess, maybe I think, like, part of it is, I guess, the difference, or like the huge difference between the so-called mask that I put on for most people and then what I actually am like. Okay, that's it. So maybe when they get used to how I am in, like, the public eye, and then I open myself and they see a pretty much kind of completely different person. Like, not completely, like, I'm still the same person, obviously. But then they see that I am more loud and, like, more... and I can be more bubbly and I can be more opinionated and things like that. Because usually when I'm around people I don't know or I'm not familiar with, I'm very, very reserved. Like, I don't like talking. I don't like talking in public spaces at all. I mean, I am starting to get out of that little by bit, like little bit. But it is a very slow process. Obviously, it's not easy. So I guess when people just see that difference, they just kind of are put off by it, maybe? Because, like, it's hard for me to pinpoint specific things about my personality that might put people off. And obviously I can't ask people, like, even if I did, I doubt they even can say exactly what it is. Like, usually, you know, you get to know someone, the vibes are off and you just don't talk anymore. And for most people, it's really hard to, like, pinpoint what exactly was it. So yeah, I mean, putting all of that aside, I've never really... like, people in my hometown were never really kind of my type physically, I guess. Like, it was pretty diverse, but also, like, 90% of the men there have beards, and I hate that so much. Like, it's my it's my actual nightmare to have a partner who has a beard or a mustache or anything, or any kind of facial hair. Like, for hygienic purposes also, but, like, I hate the feel of it, I guess. And obviously there's the part of the trauma, like, from my father, that always stays in the back of the mind. Daddy issues, hell yes. Fun stuff. But, like, I truly believe that my father is a big reason why I might not find people in my hometown, like, physically appealing too much, or, like, my type necessarily. So I've never really tried too hard with dating back then. But now that I'm in Japan and that I'm trying to live a young university life, and I don't know, I want to feel that way, you know? I feel at the end of the day, humans are social creatures. We want to have company, we want to have someone to live with. And especially, like, in this kind of situation, that's not the one, in this kind of situation where I don't have, like, I don't know anyone here. Like, yes, I can I can make friends, but friends and, like, partners are a different type of relationship, different type of closeness. And I feel like having a partner is more similar to, like, a family member, closeness-wise, I guess, than a friend could be. So I thought about doing that. But alas, I hate leaving my house. I hate that so much. Especially now, it's so hot outside. It's absolutely horrible. I hate it so much. I hate summer. My God, if I could just live in Ecuador, because I lived there for, like, where is that? For, like, 3-4 months, and the weather there is absolutely perfect. Like, especially where I was, which is, like, the mountains part. If I could just live there, just for the weather, that would be amazing. But alas, I love Japan, and I want to stay in Japan. So I guess I have to bite the bullet and just suck it up. So yeah, I don't like leaving my house in general, but, like, even if that wasn't the problem, I don't really have, like, places that I can go to and just naturally interact with Japanese people, I guess, too much. It's one of the, I mean, at the end of the day, it's one of the hardest things to do, especially now in the digital age. It's not only Japan, it's, like, a lot of places, a lot of countries have this problem where it's hard to meet people naturally. And so, with that being said, I downloaded Hinge? No, not Hinge. Bumble. That I downloaded Bumble because supposedly that's, like, the best app in Japan for dating, or I guess specifically for dating with foreigners. I don't know. So I downloaded that. I also like tried like an actual Japanese dating app, and it's just wrong side. And I mean, bottom line, didn't really work. Like at least on Bumble, most of the people are more my type, and like I don't know if they're lying, but most of them are supposedly tall. I don't know. Like I'm 173, let's say. I was 174, but like two years in a row now in the physical exams at school, they're telling me I'm 172 and a half, which is like, how did I shrink a centimeter and a half, which is like an inch, let's say, for the Americans that watch me. Like somehow I shrinked an inch in the 4 years since high school. Like doesn't make much sense to me. And I talked with my friend in the last physical exams, and she also told me that she got a result which is a centimeter and a half lower than what she knows she is. So I do think it might be a problem with their scale, like considering we had the same amount of... Did I give him the right to run? I did. Okay, so what did I do wrong? God damn it. No, really, what did I do wrong? They didn't... Forgot... Angle... Okay, sure, whatever. So I do think it's the scales problem, and I'm still 174, which is like, if I want someone who is taller than me and it actually looks like he's taller than me, you know, not like a 175 person, I am like, for me at least, I want someone who is at least 177, let's say 178. And obviously in Japan it's not, I guess, the common height of men to have. It is above average. Again, for the Americans, I don't know. I think in inches, I'm like feet, I think I might be 5'8", 5'7", or 5'8". I really have no idea. Whenever I try to check that, it's just so confusing, because I ask Google to convert it and it just gives me something that doesn't make sense, like, at all. And then I try to do the math myself and it also doesn't really work. So, and now with the school telling me I'm a different height, it's also very confusing. This whole ordeal is very confusing. So I think I might be like, let's say 5'7.5", I guess. Let's take the average, why not? And then in inches, again, I have no idea. Like at least 2 inches taller than me, I think. I feel like that's a good height difference. Like, I'm not saying I want someone who is a fucking giraffe. Like, I don't need that. I feel like short girls that date people who are like 2 meters tall, I feel like that's a bit too much. Like, at that point, it's just not comfortable, right? Like, if the height difference between 2 people is like 20 centimeters or even more than that, at that point it's just uncomfortable, and it's like, it looks weird, and I don't know, I feel like I do feel kind of sorry for the men that like have to always bend down. I feel like it might give them like back problems, which I can relate to. Like, everything in Japan is super low because of their height difference, like the average height difference. And I always feel that I have a back pain because of it. So just imagining having a partner who is 20 to 30 centimeters, like, what's it called? Lower? Not lower. Shorter, that's the one. Shorter than me, just imagining the back pain, It doesn't sound appealing at all. And I feel like, I don't know, like 2 inches taller, I feel like it's fine. Like, obviously, if you want to wear high heels then and still be shorter, then you need a lot more than that. But I'm not looking for a giraffe. That's the bottom line. So somehow, I don't know, again, if they're lying or if I'm naive or I don't know what, but on Bumble, somehow, like, half of the people are magically 180 centimeters tall, which is like, great, okay, sure, I'll believe you. But even when I try to talk with them, the conversation doesn't really go anywhere. Wait, let me concentrate. And I feel like part of it's not really developing anything. I don't know, like, maybe I just saw one too many street interviews in Japan about dating foreigners, and like in some of them it is, there's this idea that comes up several times where like Japanese people are not really, let's say, might not be really serious about dating foreigners because in their mind, oh, this is a foreigner, this is not a Japanese people, this is not a Japanese person, and they eventually will want to leave Japan, so I can't really enter a serious relationship with her, stuff like that. And I don't know if that, I really don't know if that's true for most people here. I really have no idea. But because it's just kind of taken its place in my mind, I feel like I kind of blame this reason on why it might not be going anywhere. Like, obviously, I'm also... Oh god. Like, a lot of times I also kind of decided just to stop talking to someone because a lot of... I don't know, I feel like it just... boring, or like whenever I try to actually set for us to meet and like go somewhere, have a meal or anything, nothing really develops out of it. Like, they always try to push it back, or like they don't answer for a few days and then suddenly come back, and it's just, tiring. So after that I decided to try the Japanese dating app because I thought maybe people will be more serious there because, Bumble, it can have the same reputation, I guess, as Tinder sometimes. So I tried the Japanese dating app, and I had a few people that I talked to for like several weeks. And we had like actually decent conversations, and we eventually agreed to go somewhere to meet. Like, I had 2 different instances where that happened, where we set a date and time and place. Well, not a time, a date and place. So like, oh yeah, let's go there on the 16th or whatever, because it sounds fun and we both wanted to go, and yada yada yada. But then, like, the day before, in both cases, I just get blocked out of nowhere. And it just makes me kind of question whether I was ever taken seriously, because maybe they just wanted to have fun with like, oh, I'm talking to a foreigner, ha ha ha, how fun. Like an exotic animal, I don't know. So... like, I had one person that also from the Japanese dating app, and we eventually switched to talking online, which is like a Japanese texting app. That's not the one. And again, he was also like very on and off. Like, I really did try to set a date with him, basically. But then whenever I like send a message or like oh, I'm free next week on this day and this day, where do you want to go? Like, you know, giving him kind of the push to take the initiative at least a little bit. And it just he wouldn't message me back for a few days until that day passes, and then he suddenly comes back out of nowhere and has some kind of excuse, and just I eventually just started to ignore him. Like, I don't like blocking people for some reason. I don't know, I feel like it just feels weird to me. So I didn't block him, I just ignored his messages. But then, like, literally every week or two since then, he kept just out of nowhere sending me a message, and I just eventually blocked him. Like, I tried giving him like one single last chance of like maybe it's not lies, and maybe I don't know, he really did go to the hospital. Like, he literally gave me that excuse of, oh, I hurt myself and I had to go to the hospital, sorry I didn't answer. Like, what the fuck? Like, come on. But even like with that one little last chance, it just, again, nothing came out of it, so I just blocked him at the end and just kind of gave up. And at that point I just told myself, you know what, let's just delete the apps and try at least like once a week or two go outside and try and meeting people outside. But see, the problem with going outside and trying to meet someone, I guess, organically, is that for them, I look like a tourist. I don't look like someone who lives here or speaks Japanese, or, you know, or like someone they would be, they would think of starting a relationship with from the first glance. Which means that if I do want to try and meet people in the wild, I have to be the one basically to start to what's it called? To like hit on them. It just, that's the only option basically, which is very annoying. And me being the shy person that I am, obviously it's very hard. And I mean, until now, again, like I said, I don't really like going out too much, and I don't even have the money or like the friends to go out with. Like, I have one good friend here, but she doesn't like to drink, and aside from her, I don't really have anyone else to go out with. And going by myself, drinking on the streets and like going to clubs, obviously I'm not going to do that. Like, that's, I don't know, I feel like that's too much. But yeah, so like once last year I did go out with a friend, and I kind of hit on someone in my drunk mind. It was a very, very awkward interaction. It serves as a good memory. Will I ever be doing that again? Hopefully not. Do I like my drunken self for having that confidence? Hell yes. I mean, I'm not blaming myself. That was fucking hilarious. It really is a good memory. Like, thank God it's Japan too. Like, it wasn't. I feel like if I had done that in some other places, in some other country, it might have taken the wrong way. Been taken the wrong way. So, again, I'm not going to do that again, hopefully. I think I told it once. I think I told this story once, but assuming I didn't, I don't really want to tell what it was. Because it really is, I feel like, a bit too much. But yeah, so I did that like once, and I also... I don't think I told this story. Like, in the few months that I didn't upload any videos, I had kind of a crush on someone at work. and he was a delivery guy, so I only got to see him maybe like 2 times a week for like 10 minutes. Well, not 10 minutes, like 10 minutes here and there while he brought the products in. So we didn't really have much interaction, but he was super cute, and it's like, I don't know, I had a crush on him, and it was fun, you know, to have crush on someone after years that I didn't, because people around me just weren't my type. So that was just a fun experience. But then I was supposed to like take a break from work for a week and a half or 2 for my exams. And I just told him, and I mean, coincidentally, that's a word, coincidentally, right then they changed the schedule of the deliveries. So I was kind of scared that because of the change, I'm not going to be able to see him anymore. So I just told myself, before the schedule changes completely, whenever I see him, I'm going to ask for his phone number or like his line. I mean, because I don't know, why not? You know, natural encounter in the wild, I guess, in a way. And I don't know, I felt like we had kind of a flirtious vibe between us. Very subtle, but we had it. So luckily, like the last day before I went on my little break, well, I guess not little, but yeah, before I took my break, that day exactly, he came, and I just remember coming into work and seeing him, oh god, bringing the products, and I just went to change my clothes, and I just stopped and I was like pumping myself up, because it was going to be basically the first time ever that I'm actually trying to hit on someone like that, immediately like asking for his line, and it's someone that I kind of know when we work together. It's like, it was very nerve-wracking, so I was literally there like 5 minutes just trying to calm myself down. And eventually I just couldn't calm myself down, so I just went for it. Because these kind of things you don't really need to think about too much, because if you do, you will never be able to do it. So I just took a deep breath, left the room, and went straight for him. And luckily there weren't any customers around at all at that time. So I just asked for his line, and he seemed kind of confused at first, but then he was like, oh yeah, sure. And he gave me his line. He gave me his phone number because he didn't have his phone on him to scan the barcode. You earned all 3 stickers that one of the customers wanted. Top. What? All right. I can get like different outfits. Right. Awesome. Very cool. Sure. Yeah, whatever. So he gave me like his phone number, and then through the phone number I added him online. But like, he had a picture with a girl as the background there. So I was super confused. And I sent him a message, and then he replied to me like a few hours later, I guess after work. But then he kind of told me that the phone number that he gave me was his work number. So through text he gave me his personal number. And like, this whole thing was already starting to feel very weird, because I mean, it's not like we had a full-on conversation where he like, or like had a misunderstanding. I feel like it was clear from the start that I was asking it because I was interested in him. So why did he give me the work number, and then basically immediately after that gave me his personal one through text? And then on the personal one he also had like a different picture in the background. So like, already this felt very, very weird as it is. So I was kind of on the fence on whether continue talking to him. But then after that, also, like, I did try to talk to him at least a little bit just to get the vibe of, like, what kind of person he is. Because, like, you know, misunderstandings can happen, because why not? But then every time he messaged me, it would be, like, basically in the middle of the night, and I just realized, okay, like, I don't know if this is true, but at least the vibe that I reached the conclusion on is that he might have a girlfriend and he just wanted, I guess, to cheat on her maybe with me. I don't know. That's the most logical explanation I could get to with all of the information that I had. And like with the hints and like with him only texting me like literally at 2-3 a.m. at night every single time. And not really developing a conversation through text. Like in the first conversations, the conversation that we had, he already at that point just started to give me very, you know, short, like in English they would be one word text. So at that point I just realized, okay, no, never mind then. And pretty much the next day after I asked for his number, I already stopped talking to him because, I mean, I got bad vibes. And it is a known problem that Japan has a very, well, I guess, I don't know if it's right to call it a problem, but like Japan is known for the fact that it has a very different attitude towards cheating. So I didn't really want to take the risk on that because the possibility that that was the actual case was pretty high. So that also fell through. So that was fun. That was an interesting experience, if you will. I mean, at least after that I did take the break, so I didn't even have a chance really to see him. But also after I got back from the break, I also didn't see him for like a few weeks. So I guess the schedule change really did mean that I couldn't see him. But I mean, at least I now don't really have, I guess, an awkward meetings with him. I did meet him like once or twice since then. And it's just, yeah, work as usual. I put the wrong one. God damn it. I put the wrong one. Oh, my... God damn. What is it? Chocolate and coconut. Fine, you know what? Let's try. It's the wrong order. Well, whatever. Whatever. It's fucked already. I'm sorry, Kayla. I tried. Did I? Not really. Okay, sure. She's not mad. Cool. So, yeah, I just thought that, well, I don't know, try and just go with vibes, basically, with things like that. I did give up on the idea of the dating apps because, it wasn't fun. It was very tiring. It was very annoying. It's also... like, I don't understand how to say this. Like, when I lost interest in someone when talking to them, I just deleted the chat. Like, I basically blocked them because, I mean, what's the point to leave the chat there and, like, have the opportunity for them to text me if I'm not interested? You know? I feel like it makes sense to me. Like, it also cleans, I guess, the page with all of the chats, so it wouldn't be too much. You know, with all of the one-word conversations and then immediate silence after that. But then men don't really do that, I guess. Like, they just stop talking and that's it, and just annoys me. So I just decided, okay, whatever. I don't need that. I'll try and find someone in the wild, because that's the dream these days, isn't it? In this digital age. To try and maybe be able to find someone outside of the internet. And with that being said, there was a summer festival a few days ago. The second, I think, biggest one in Japan, the Tenjin Festival. Where is it? There we go. So I wanted to go. Okay. I want to go in a yukata, which is basically the summer version of a kimono. So I wanted to feel cute. And also, I don't know, summer festival, I feel like it's an obvious thing to wear. Something like that to actually feel the vibe. The problem is last year I also wore like traditional sandals, Japanese sandals, and it was killing my legs. Like I couldn't, after 2 hours I couldn't stand anymore, and I was in so much pain that I just gave up and went home basically when the fireworks just started. So I didn't really get to see them, which was sad. So this year I wore normal shoes, but I did wear my yukata. So that was very fun. And I don't know, I told myself, like, you know what, if you really want to try and do it, and you know that people won't hit on you because you're a foreigner, you don't look like you speak Japanese, that's just how it is. I just told myself, like, if I'll see someone that is like really my type in all aspects, and I get a good vibe, I guess, from him, because for most times whenever I meet people face to face, I can kind of get the vibe if we're going to get along or not, pretty much on that first interaction. Most times. Again, obviously it's not perfect, I've been proven that, but usually I can do that. So like I told myself that if I saw someone that was my type and he had a nice vibe and all of that, then sure. But then the entire festival goes by, and like the thing is with festivals, right, you either go with your friends or your partner, right? But men usually don't really go with their friends, I guess, to festival. It's like, it's either, when you walk around, it's either couples or groups of girls. That's the majority of the groups or like the couplings you see out there. Mostly couples, honestly, or like families, I guess. But groups of men, it's not that common, I feel like. Or like, if you see them, oh god, that's a lot. Oh boy. No. Where is it? I'm going to lose. There we go. Cinnamon. There we go. There we go. Oh, barely. Like, if you see group of, I guess, young men, most times they're actually middle school students or like high school students, but not really over that. Where is it now? Where's the French fry? I can't see it. God damn it. I literally can't see it. What? Oh, there we go. Oh my god. The tiny screen, it's so hard. God damn. The last one. Come on, I can do this. This one. Spatula. And then the red one. And then this thing. Okay. So, like, I went there with knowing that, like, I don't have too much hope. But, like, you know what? I still, maybe we could. Maybe there'll be someone cool. Who knows? So, and the thing is, like, we went to the festival at around like 5:30 p.m. and we eventually left at around 8:30. So we weren't there for too long, but we were, you know, a decent amount of time, and we went around, we ate a little bit, we drank a little bit, we saw a little bit of the fireworks. We didn't stay till the end because my friend got tired, which was, if I'm being honest, a little... It's a new holiday season. Okay, whatever. It was kind of, I don't know, I guess frustrating, maybe? Because it is one of the biggest festivals in the country, and it only comes once a year. And next year, we probably, both of us, are not going to be in Osaka to see this festival anymore. So I really, really wanted this time to actually see the show until the end, because obviously the most beautiful, the most, I guess, wow, fireworks are at the end. But she got tired, and I was just like, okay, sure, let's go home. Because, like, I was also a little bit tired. I could have stayed, I could have pulled through the end, but since she wanted to leave, I just told her that, sure. Because, I mean, we did see a little bit of the fireworks, and we did go around and have a little bit of fun, so it's not like it was a complete waste of time to go there. And yeah, so while we were on our way to the subway, like literally, before we turned the corner to enter the entrance to the subway, I spotted I spotted a group of three guys just standing and drinking in front of a grocery store, and one of them was really, really my type. So I was just, as soon as I saw that, I kind of stopped her, like, immediately in her tracks, and I just tried to find an excuse to just stay there for a little bit, you know, just so I could just, you know, look a little bit and maybe muster up the courage to actually talk to him. So I literally made an excuse of like, oh, I wonder what this kanji, on the, what's it called? On the sign of the store says. I wonder what it is. Let's find out. Like, literally the most stupid excuse. Perfect. Goddamn. Thank you, Boomer. I knew you were my favorite. She's always my favorite. Goddamn. Like the most stupid excuse I could find just to stall a little bit. And while we were doing that, like looking the kanji on our phones and like seeing the meaning and thinking what the sign could mean and some stupid shit like that, I just looked over at him 2 or 3 times, and every time I did, our eyes met. Like, he looked at me too, so I don't know. Again, I was a foreigner wearing a yukata, so it might be just a thing to look at, I don't know. But our eyes did meet every time I looked at him. So after that, I told her that there's a, like, he's my type, and I wanna ask his number, and that yada yada yada. And we just stood there for a little bit. Again, I just tried to muster up the courage to do it, and eventually I just said fuck it. And I just went for it, because again, you just have to do it that way, because otherwise I just get too in my head and nothing will come out of it. So I went to stand in front of him and I started to talk to him, but because he didn't expect that, he like turned to look at me, and he literally kind of jumped, because he didn't realize why I was talking to him. And I was asking him, like, first, like, if he has a girlfriend, like, yeah, I asked him if he has a girlfriend, and he said, like, me? No, what? I don't have a girlfriend. And after that, I just asked him, so can I have your line? Like, if you don't. And he said, yes, sure. And immediately pulled out his phone and he scanned my code and added me. So that was a very quick interaction. And immediately after that, I said like, oh, thank you. And I just ran away. Because I was so embarrassed and like so nervous. So I wanted to get out of there as soon as possible. But also like because it was, it's not a usual thing to do. His friends were just laughing the entire time. Like so, that this was happening. Because like in Japanese, like hitting on someone is called nanpa. But it's specifically for like men hitting on women. It is called to, well, nampa, to do nampa. So when a girl is hitting on a man, it is called gyaku nanpa, which is like reverse nanpa, which is not a super common thing to do, I guess. So his friends were just cracking up, and I just wanted to just run away. I mean, it was funny, but yeah. And then after that, I didn't really want to send him a message immediately, because also I was like super tired and I just want to get home and take a shower and go to sleep, because I was absolutely so tired and so like dirty, because it was so hot too. It was, oh my god. I was sweating so much. Like right now in Japan, it is basically, or at least in Osaka, it is basically the height of the heat in the year, which is, I guess, I don't really understand why the festival has to be right now, but I guess, I mean, it is what it is. So I just want to get home, and I didn't really think about it too much. But then the next day, I woke up to school at like 7:30 a.m. and he sent me a message at 7 a.m. He sent me a message at 7 in the morning, which was basically like, oh, I'm happy you reached out to me, something like that, and would you like to go out to eat sometimes? And I was like, and because I don't really talk with people immediately when I wake up. I just waited a little bit. I got ready for school, and then when my mind was actually awake, I replied. So like I replied an hour and a half later, kind of. And I said like, yeah, I would love to go. And like I immediately told him like, oh, but I don't know when I'm free next week, because I didn't receive my shifts yet. So when I'll receive them today, I'll tell you. And then I sent another message with trying to, open up some kind of conversation, which was like, oh, but the fireworks yesterday were really cool. Too bad I couldn't stay till the end because my friend got tired, and, trying to open up conversation, because, again, I'm bad with communicating with people. So in my mind, everything is very technical like this. So I just have, like my mind is just very technical in how it works. So it just made sense to me to do that. I don't know, like a manual, how to talk with humans 101. Send a message that is a little bit intriguing and can be developed into something more. But then, he didn't reply basically the entire day, and I was so confused, because he sent the first message, but then he doesn't reply. Like he lost, I guess, like I assumed he wasn't interested anymore, but then why did he send the first message? Like I was so confused the entire day. I was so confused. And like more than that, like another thing is that when we exchanged lines, when I looked at his, I guess, profile picture and background picture, he didn't have a profile picture, but in the background picture, he had, again, a picture of someone, a woman, and oh god, of two, come on. There we go. And this time, it wasn't him together with someone, it was just a picture of someone, basically. And because just how the picture looked, it didn't really, I guess, look like an ordinary picture, quote unquote. So I did a reverse image search of that on Google. And eventually, after doing a little bit of digging, because it wasn't an immediate result, I just realized it was a picture of a K-pop idol. So that was okay. But then the next day, when he sent me the message and I looked at his profile again, he changed the picture to like just a blank picture of a white wall, which was so confusing to me. Like, what? So I don't know. That when I saw that, I thought like, I don't know, maybe he didn't want me to have to think. I don't know, to have a misunderstanding. That's what I thought. But then in the evening, he changed he changed it back to the picture of the idol. So that also like made me think that he wasn't interested anymore. So I said, oh well, whatever, and I kind of forgot about it. But then when I finished work, he did send me a message. Like, I'm so confused. Maybe I'm just not fit for dating, but like, I hate when people are doing things in roundabout ways, or like playing hard to get, and it's so annoying. Like, I don't know if that's what it is, but like not answering a message for an entire day and then answering at 10 at night. I don't know. And then the picture thing, I'm very confused. Like, he did answer me, and he still like tried. He told like, oh yeah, tell me when you're free, we'll set it up, whatever. And then I answered like, I didn't say immediately like when I was free, upside down. I first tried to, I don't know, continue the conversation, because he did answer the message on the festival. So I tried to like continue that conversation first, just to like get a vibe first. But as of, oh, perfect, hell yeah, nice. But as of this moment, like 4:30 p.m. the next day, he still didn't answer me. So I'm very confused. Is this what... is this playing hard to get? Is that what he's doing? Like, I'm so confused. Like, I don't feel like people are really that busy to not answer someone for too long. But again, I really don't have any experience in dating, so I don't really understand if that's on purpose. But also, like, another thing, like, apparently on iPhones, you can kind of sneak peek into the chat room online. Where is it? There we go. Like, when I finished the shift, I finished together with one of my work friends, if you will. And I told her about this, and then she showed me that you can do like the sneak peek thing, and I was like, oh cool, I'll try that. And then apparently you can do it on what's it called? What's it called? Like, not Apple phones, you can do it. At least not on my phone, you can do it. And that was so annoying. But then I thought like, okay, maybe I don't remember what phone he had. I didn't really look at it. But maybe he does have an iPhone and he just does that. But again, why? I don't understand humans. Humans are so annoying. Like, why can't people just be direct about everything? Like, if there's one thing that I absolutely, I guess, hate about Japan, is the fact that they are very roundabout, basically about everything. Like, everything human relations related thing, I don't know, like, is just, you can't be direct. You can't say your true feelings. even with how the language itself is constructed, it is very hard to talk about feelings and about what you actually think and things like that. And that's the one thing that I really can't wrap my head around, just because that's how my brain is, unfortunately. Like, I'm a very direct person. It's hard for me to lie on the spot. Like, if I have enough time ahead of time to prepare a lie, then fine, I can kind of do it. If I practice the lie in my head multiple times, I can kind of do it. But on the spot, I really am incapable of lying, pretty much. Which is kind of part of it. Like, I am a very honest and just very direct person. Which is also why a lot of people, I guess, don't really... might not necessarily like me whenever they get to know me. Which I get it. It can be annoying sometimes if you don't conform to social standards and social behaviors. But yeah, like I'm the type of person that if someone asks me, "Oh, how are you?" and at that moment I'm not feeling good, I'm actually going to say, not good." Like, I am going to say that. Like, you asked me how I am. If you're not interested, just don't say anything to me. I didn't start this conversation. I was not interested in having a conversation. You started this. So if you're not interested, don't ask. Like, that's literally how I think. And this is why, like, I never... well, I guess almost never ask people these kinds of questions, because I really am just not interested. I don't care enough about people I don't know. Like, people I know and like I'm close with, like, obviously I care about them, but if I don't know you, I don't really see the merit in trying to put up this facade of like, oh, we're so close and we get along so well and yippee and yippee-da. Just, I hate this kind of fakeness. So, very tough stuff. Okay, that's ready. So, I don't know. I guess we'll see how this develops. Like, again, if it doesn't work, then it doesn't work. I mean... He was exactly my type, and so it's kind of... Oh, nice! Goddamn, isn't that the third perfect one? See, I'm getting better! I told you guys that I'm actually trying. It's not like I'm half-assing this. So, yeah, I mean... It would be kind of like a waste, I guess, obviously, like, because he was just exactly my my type. Well, I guess not the perfect, but the perfect man doesn't exist. And he had a piercing and he was taller than me and his hair was nice, and I don't know. But yeah, we'll see how this goes, how this develops. That's not it. Is it? Oh god. There we go. The thing is, right now, it's not like I'm looking for a husband. Like, I don't need that. Especially now, I kind of started to see how... or like what university I need to go to, because I got the results of the university exam, entrance exam, or like the exam, capital the exam. I got the results. Wait, I wanted to buy this thing. Yes, and this one, and this one. Okay. So I got the results of the exam, and I didn't get enough points, enough marks on the Japanese part to go to my number one choice university. So I was pretty bummed about that. But the thing is, like, aside from that university, there are no public universities in Kansai, which is like where I am right now, that I can go to, and or that they just teach architecture in general. Like, it's apparently there aren't too many schools that teach that. So that's kind of annoying, but I mean, I guess sure, whatever. So, and my number two choice is a university in Nagoya, which is not bad. Like, as long as it's not Tokyo, I really don't care. But like, in the first place, I didn't look at universities in Tokyo because I have absolutely zero interest to live there. Not even zero, it's like -1,000. I don't wanna live there. I don't even really like visiting there too much. I've been there 2 times and it's not a city. It's not for me. Like, I get why people might like it. It's not for me. I don't wanna go there at all. But it is still like outside of Kansai, and it is technically East Japan, which East and West they have some differences. And I wanted to stay in West Japan so much, but no matter how I look, like, technically I can still look at universities in the South. But if I'm having such a hard time in summer right now, I don't think I'll be doing too well in summer in the south of the country. Like, I did the opposite. Oh well. So, again, I didn't even really look at universities in the south of the country because I'm just not really interested in going there. So right now, as the situation stands, it looks like I will be going to Nagoya next year. So, and from Osaka, it's like a 3-hour train ride, and like it costs 5,000 yen, which is not exactly cheap. Like, it's not the most expensive thing in the world, but it's not cheap, like, at all. So it's not like I'm looking for my life partner right now. I literally, like, am just looking to, I guess, have experience. Like, obviously, if we, I don't know, fall madly in love and like, oh, we want to get married immediately and have kids and stupid shit like that, like, sure, I guess we'll try long distance relationship, but like, I mean, I'm just trying to have some fun right now, but by fun I don't mean just sexual fun. I really want to, you know, go on dates and go outside and just have someone to share those experiences with. So it's not like I'm super, I guess, stressed about finding a boyfriend or like a partner or anything like that. Because even if I do start seeing someone, really, like, in a few months I'll have to leave, and I just don't see myself as the kind of person that really can do long distance. Because, as I said, like, before too, if I don't have something and someone in front of my eyes, I just kind of forget about their existence. Like, sorry, how my brain is wired, and it's annoying for me too, but that's just how it is. So, yeah, I didn't get enough points. Like, the thing is, right, except for the reading comprehension in the Japanese part, everything else I got above the average, well, I guess the average score. Like some of the subjects I did so much more than the average score. Some of the subjects I did just barely above it. But still, like, everything is above the average except for the reading comprehension, which is actually a lot below the average score. Which, I mean, to be fair, I'm not from a country that uses kanji. And most of the people that take this exam are Chinese. Like, literally, I think I don't have exact numbers, so don't quote me on that. But let's say that out of 30,000 people that take the exam at a time, I think like at the very least, like 22 or 23,000 are Chinese people. And they obviously use kanji, like the hieroglyphs. Hieroglyphs? No. Yes? I don't know. So like even if they can't actually read out loud the texts, they at least know what is being talked about because they can understand the meanings of the kanji. So just based on that, it's such a disadvantage compared to them. And I only started like focusing on kanji and reading and I guess more serious learning a year ago when I came to Japan, because before I came to Japan, like, yeah, sure, I studied Japanese on my own for a little bit, but it wasn't like actual lessons. It was on my own from YouTube videos and like Duolingo, and you know, it's not on the same level. So the fact that I even came to the point that I am in just a year, or even under a year, because the test was in June, and I came to Japan at the start of July last year. So I feel like it's a very, I don't know, respectable achievement to get. I don't know, maybe I'm just boosting my own ego, but I feel like it is. Because like even the people that are not Chinese, they're either Taiwanese or Korean, which like, yeah, Korea has its own writing system, but they are also being taught kanji to some extent. Like it's not they're completely like they don't know it at all. They know it. Even their names are written in kanji. So yeah, I kind of was bummed about it, and I tried talking with the teacher that is kind of responsible on me, in charge of me. That's the one. In charge of me regarding me going to university. And I tried to ask him to like send the university an email or like calling them to ask them like telling them like, look, aside from this, everything is above average, and she's not from a kanji country, like a country that uses kanji. What? A country that uses kanji. She just in a year, that's what she managed to do, and that's should be in a way at least a little bit impressive. Like a little bit. Give me some slack, like please. Like in the math too, I got so much more than the average. And I aside from the reading comprehension, I meet all of their standards to apply for the university. But even when I asked him to do it, I already saw that he was very reluctant and he didn't really want to. So the next day when I came to ask like what did they answer, he told me no, it's impossible. And honestly, I kind of think he didn't try or want to try to fight for this, so he maybe just sent an email as like an obligatory how do you say that? Obligatory, you know what I mean. Like he was obliged to do that. No. Whatever. Oh shit, I didn't look who it was. Oh well. So I don't think he really tried to fight for this as much as he possibly could have. So what I thought is that maybe if I called or even went physically to the university, I mean, it's an hour ride from here, if I went to the university and tried to talk with the person in charge of that and like explain all of the things and like at least ask for him that if there's no one else, like no other foreigners that want to apply for the architecture program, that maybe think about taking me in, because look how much I managed to do, and like see, I'm white, like please. And like I thought about doing that, and I even talked with my homeroom teacher this semester, and he told me like, yeah, go for it, like absolutely, yes, do it. But then I checked the guidelines of when to apply, and it's like it's a whole nother story. And I mean, yeah, it's a whole nother story. I guess maybe for next time we finish the week, I guess I'll switch to a new special. Yeah. But anyway, yep, that was an hour of me talking about my quote-unquote dating experiences in Japan. Like, it wasn't actually any dating, like no dating was involved whatsoever, which, I mean, yeah, that was great. I'll do my best. Maybe one day I'll have a boyfriend. Who knows? I honestly kind of doubt it, because, I mean, I don't know. Who knows? Anything's possible, sure, whatever. We'll see how it goes. I'll update you guys. I'll do these videos like every few days, and I'll just update you about anything that goes on, if he stops answering me at all. But yeah, that's it for this video. If you enjoyed, please like, subscribe. Thank you very much for watching. Comment something. I love reading comments. I love talking with you, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.